So what we're going to be talking about today is businesses and businesses understanding search engines and understanding how a website is ranked and how these search engines pull this information um, from websites. And when someone uses a query to search a keyword or phrase, their website will be a result in a search engine. So, just a couple of discussion points I'll be wanting to talk about. We'll be talking about what is the search engine optimization, web crawlers, indexing, page ranks, how companies can improve their page rank, and the importance of page rank. We'll go into further details on statistics of page ranks and how being on one page of a search engine in the results versus being on a different page and how that'll influence trafficking to your website. We'll look further into how these indexes help queries pull out what pages will be returned during the search engine search for websites. So I just wanted to give an example of what we'll be talking about today. This example is just going to be a simple query search on Google, which is a search engine. We're going to type in a key phrase. I'm going to type in Nike shoes, and after I press enter, I'm going to get the best website's results based off of Nike shoes search. And some of the results were showing the Nike store that has the shoes for men's shoes, women's shoes, and the Nike store for just sneakers in general. And this was the best results that Google had based off of their indexing, crawling, and page rankings. So we're going to go deeper into how do search engines do this and how do they pick which sites they show first and why would they show these certain sites first. So here's the introduction. Search engines. They're not actually a website. They're actually a program that is run to pull information from a database. So practically it's almost, these bigger search engines practically almost have everything that's on the World Wide Web and all these websites. Search engines use optimization to find the best quality and the most relevant websites. Businesses can improve where they're ranked in the results of these search engines based on making improvements to their sites, and we're going to look deeper into that further into this video. So search engine optimization, SEO, is just a process of affecting the online visibility of a website. Different search engines have different algorithms that will rank pages, and based off of these algorithms, different results will come up for a query that is searched within a search engine. These search engine algorithms take into consideration things like words, titles, links, words in links, and the reputation. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is web crawlers. What web crawlers actually is a program or a script that browses the World Wide Web, and it browses different websites. The reason you need to have web crawlers is you need to be able to see what websites have on their site. You need to find all the words, titles, and information like that. So what web crawlers actually do is when the program runs, it determines the importance of the website. The web crawlers work by running a software program that requests pages from a website. It downloads the pages to the server, and they use the links to connect all the web pages. Once they have all the web pages connected, they pretty much have your website, and they can perform analysis and ranking on your website. Something else that web crawlers have is you can have a robot text which is a script that you can write that tells these web crawlers where to go on your website. The importance of this is you can tell these web crawlers not to go to certain places because the content isn't relevant, and it would actually hurt that certain web ranking if it goes to that content. You can also tell it to go to certain places on your site too. And that's why these robot texts are important for web crawlers when these web crawlers go to your site. A web crawler doesn't just go to that website once. It goes to websites multiple times. Actually, it keeps going to websites. Like Google actually has web crawlers that most frequently go to websites because it needs to have the most up-to-date information that's on the websites. So if a website changes a lot, it will have all the new changes that's on the website. So if someone puts in a query, they will have that website that has that information that is most up to date on that website. Especially if a website is a blogging website that they post blogs, every hour. They need to see that they just posted a blog about how Staples is a great company, and if you type in Staples great company, that should come up because it is the most recent thing and most relevant to that query. Indexing. A search engine does this indexing where it gets all the phrases, index them in a database. So when someone runs a query, it goes to the indexes, pulls out the most relevant information, and will return the websites that best represent the query that was run in the search engine. Crawlers are first used to pull that information for the websites, and then it gives it to the index. The index is in the database and is stored until you run a query that will pull that information of the websites and give you the websites in a rank. The reason that people are able to get such good results and so fast is because all this whole indexing process is done before someone actually runs a query. So when someone runs the query, the information is already indexed and they are able to get the best results in an order that is based off of importance and relevancy. PageRank and PageRanking is just an algorithm that goes based off of the web crawler, what that web crawler was able to pull from that site. After the analysis of what information is on that site, the pages get ranked. It's based off of what kind of links they have, what kind of content, so what kind of keywords and phrases and things like that are in their site. So their page rank can fluctuate and move up and down based off of what kind of content they have and if they update their content and site speed. So their page rank is not always going to stay at the same thing, and that's good because if companies want to improve, and if we look at the chart over here, and they want to be the first in the Google page rank, so when someone types in a query, the first site that comes up is the PageRank 1, has about 33% traffic. If a company's down at the bottom of the page at 10, they're only get about 2.4 of that traffic. So moving up and down is either a good or bad thing. If they're moving up, it's good because they'll be able to get more traffic to their site. So PageRank is a very important thing and a very important concept to understand for companies. Improving search engine ranking. There are different things you can do to improve your ranking, and we're going to go over a couple of them and just go into a little more detail. So having quality links. You could have a lot of links that connect to each other, but if they're not actually a good link, then you're actually going to lose points in your scoring. The best thing is to have quality links from other sites to your site and within your own site. The better quality of the link, the better it'll be ranked. improving your site speed. If your site is over 3 seconds to load everything, it's not considered a good site, and it's going to lose rankings. People are very impatient, and search engines understand that. So your site should take under 3 seconds to load, and the better sites are just going to have faster load times. So if you improve it, your page rank will go up. Having a dynamic and active site. If your site's always changing, that's good, and these search engines take into consideration always changing sites, because that shows that people will want to go to your site for different things and keep coming back. And that builds traffic, and that will increase your page rank. Keywords and phrases. Having specific keywords that you want in your site that people will go to when they actually run the query, and having important keywords and relevant. Different ways you can do this is by bolding, italicizing, highlighting, underlining. If you're able to do that, then these keywords stand out, and your page ranks will go up when you search certain query phrases or query keywords in a search engine, and your site will have these keywords and phrases that match up. If they're higher up in the page rank, your site will be higher and easier to find. So I'm going to go over some statistics I found on Kitika.com. They use the search engine Google, and they talked about the search engine page traffic. So if you see right here, there's an arrow, in page 1 of Google, the first page after you press enter, after you search your query, 92% about is where people go. They won't even go to the second page. It goes about 1% of people go to that second page, and after that third page, only about 1% of people will go to that. So most of the traffic stays on that first page. So Google has a rank, page ranks for the websites based off the queries, and if you're the first link to the website in the page rank, the average traffic is about 33%, which is huge, because on that 92% will stay on that first page. On that first page, about 93% will go to that first link, and then it starts dropping down exponentially to 17, 11, and 8. At the bottom of the page, which is around page rank 10, gets about like 2% of traffic. So if you're able to increase your page rank by 1, you're going to be increasing about 5% per page rank, and that's pretty huge. Well, 5% for the beginning ones. Later, they get a lot closer to each other at the bottom of the pages. But just stepping up one by one, you'll actually get a lot more traffic, and with more traffic, your page rank can actually go up, because will have relevance and more traffic to your site. So here's the conclusion. The reason I wanted to talk and write about companies understanding their websites and how page ranking and the search engines work is because it's very important to have a high page rank. When someone runs a query to find your site, you want your site to be the first one, because about 92% of people are staying on that first page, and about 32% go to that first link, and then after that everything starts dropping down. So if you're on the 4th page, you're probably not getting a lot of traffic. So if a company wants to improve on traffic, getting more content out there, being able to make some more sales, they want to be on the front end of the first pages. That's why these big companies are normally the first couple of links, because when you type in Nike shoes, all these other companies are sending links to Nike.com and stuff like that, and that's why all these sites, these bigger companies, are ranked so high. If a company understands how web crawlers, indexing, and ranking works, they'll be able to either have robot text or do things that will be able to improve their rank. And by improving rank, they'll just be getting more and more traffic. So to wrap this all up, there's easy steps that companies can take to improve their page rank. And if they take these steps and they keep working on it, they should be able to get more traffic to their website, which hopefully will help their business or their company improve.